All right, so part two. Welcome back to the Rude Boy Rant. Part two.
This is the Dirty Immigrant.
This is Scotland.
Yes, I.
But so a story continuing on kind of what you just ended part one with there. I, with some good friends of mine, went through a breakup there as far as a couple broke up. And I was trying to be compassionate, obviously, because this was potentially a very toxic environment with the way that we were not living together. We were in two separate apartments, but yet there were friends over in the other apartment. There were, friends back and forth, whatever. And so I saw, okay, the one friend of mine that I had been friends with the longest, and which at that point had really only been just a couple of years, he had several people that he could kind of lean on to talk to. But the girl on the other side had almost nobody. So I just basically got to be, okay, I'll be your sounding board. If you just need to vent about something, I'll help calm you down. And before any of you start getting a dirty mind, no. Yeah. That was not happening. That was not even an interest of mine, okay? So just get that out of your brains right now.
Get it out of the Grand Canyon.
Exactly. And so, unfortunately, my friend that I had known for a couple of years, he got upset with me, stopped talking to me. And I'm thinking, great, this is classic, And I even tried to explain it to some other people, and somehow it wasn't helping. Well, what ended up helping in the end was my buddy's sister came to town one day, and she even hated the girl that he was dating, right? She took him aside one day and said, "Are you stupid or something? He's just trying to be a friend, just an ear to her because she has nobody, and you've got everybody." So it took somebody who couldn't stand that girl and was so thankful that her little brother finally broke up.
Yeah.
Who you would think that she would be furious at me.
Yeah.
But she wasn't. She saw what I was trying to do, saw what he had, saw what she didn't have, and just said, "Do I need to smack you or something? What is wrong with you?"
Yeah.
And then he and I were good.
Yeah.
He finally understood what was going on. And so unfortunately, I tried to play peacemaker, and it made things a little worse. I wasn't trying to get them back together, but I was trying to see if I could make this not a toxic living environment.
Yeah, because what's happening there was affecting everybody.
Yeah, big time. And so I was just trying to help, like you say, bridge the gap a little bit. And it's like, look, that's fine. You two don't want to be together anymore, that's fine. But can we not have it feel like World War III up here?
Yeah.
But unfortunately, it made things worse. But then, thankfully, somebody else came in and bridged another gap.
Yeah, but you see what I mean? Somebody has come in, calmly said, "Hey, this is what's going on, blah, 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 blah."
And got them to understand.
Instead of coming in there and exasperating the
No,
situation.
however, I will say that calmly was the "do I need to smack you" type of thing.
Yeah, it's a big sister telling a little brother, I'll take you out back to the shed.
but and the thing was, when I talked to her, the older sister, when I told her what I was trying to do, she goes, "Well, that makes total sense. What the heck is his problem?"
Yeah.
And then she went right to him. So she, like I said, even though she couldn't stand that other girl, she understood what I was trying to do.
Yeah.
And went to him.
See, dude, that's our problem. I think this is the reason why
we try to play peacemaker, and this some people, man,
this is the reason why we can't find dates on that, because
we're always trying to play peacemaker.
We always try to be reasonable and logical in a situation where everybody wants to be angry. Yeah. It's like I was saying earlier on my Facebook page, and normally lately I haven't been. Mm-hmm. And this morning I had to check myself. I had to play some songs by Bunny Ruggs good-hearted people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I had to play some Busy Signal, you know, Let Peace Reign. You know, I had to play, oh man, I can't remember his name, but Akeem Worldwide Love.
Oh,
See,
yeah.
that's the kind of
Good
vibe.
song.
You got to listen to that. Listen, people, I'm telling you, listen to some real reggae. Don't listen to that stuff that DJ Khaled and them want to bring out on you there. That bump and grind stuff. You listen to some roots rock reggae talking about peace, love, and all of that stuff, and it go woosah. You know what I mean? Let's bring in some modern day woosah on the scene. But
and those are the types of things that we play on our show.
Yeah. And hopefully this could segue into us being able to play on our own on the internet, because it will really tie the show in, the talking segment into you. Yeah. You know what I mean? So because the premise of this is we got
we will do shows like this where we also talk more about the music that we play, the artists and the songs and stuff like that. So that way, if you want to check them out yourself, you can.
And we're going to talk relationship too, because I mean that's all part of it as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now I know some people are telling me, well, no, you got to talk about this, you got to talk about climate change, you got to talk about that. That's fine. We could talk about that, but we have human beings who can't get along now.
Yes.
If they can't get along now, if climate change really drastically affect us, how are we going to get along then? We're going to just be murdering each other. We're going to have flat-out wars. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So now we got to teach each other, or we got to remind each other that we have to help each other.
Think about this. I know this is Hollywood, but kind of bringing this into how you're saying that we need to help each other.
Yeah.
Okay, look at a show like The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
All right? All of these zombies, so it looks like the world's coming to an end. So you have people in little pockets who are not affected.
Yeah.
But instead of them all getting together and saying, all right, let's have this nice little society of us where we can protect ourselves against them, the zombies, and we can try and rebuild civilization. What do? They end up fighting each other.
Yeah, because everybody wants power.
Yeah.
And my way is the right way, and you will listen.
Yeah, I'm going to be the leader of this group, not you. I know how to do this better. And like I said, I know it's The Walking Dead. I know that.
Yeah, but that's what they will understand.
Exactly.
You're breaking it down.
Yeah, that's Hollywood, but Hollywood also has a degree of playing off of reality.
Yeah.
And even though, yes, obviously a world of zombies hasn't happened yet, but
it's getting there with the opioid crisis.
And the way people are just tuned into their phones and nothing else.
Or tuned into the Democrats or the Republicans.
Exactly. Yes.
That's a whole type of zombie there.
Goodness gracious.
Where I'm from, we call them zombies.
Yeah, and we see the way they fight over that.
Yeah. They're zombies.
I'm sorry, yes, I can completely believe that if something like The Walking Dead really ever happened, that's going to happen too. You're not going to have just the people fighting the zombies. You're going to have the people fighting the people.
Oh, yeah. You know what I mean? And here's a perfect example is my Facebook page. My Facebook page have Muslims. It got Christians. It got Asian people, conservative, Republican. You know what I mean?
Liberal, Democrat.
Everybody loves the fact that I'm down the middle. And I'm not tooting my own horn, but a lot of stuff, because you've seen it. You've seen it. A lot of the stuff I talk about back in the early 2000s, is it not happening now?
Yes. Well, and that's another thing.
Because if you sit back and pay attention, you'll see where it's going.
Well, and that's another thing that you keep hearing about, even when they talk about musicians. And they say, hey, I mean, they were singing this stuff way back then.
Yeah, Bob
and
Marley.
It's still happening now. Bob Marley, some of the songs from Marvin Gaye, Sam Cooke, Otis Redding. You've got stuff.
The Beatles' latest stuff.
Yeah. Bob Dylan. Things by the Moody Blues, and then even to a degree, also a lot of the stuff that Tupac and Biggie started rapping about.
Yeah.
About problems then. Ice Cube. NWA. Now, granted, some of their stuff was to a lot more violent side, but still a lot of the, the fighting amongst each other and all that, it's still continuing.
Yeah.
And that's one reason why a lot of those artists are able to, their music just keeps going and going and going and going.
It's timeless.
Yeah.
See, and
so
what?
even if they were singing, even if you had, oh my gosh. How can I possibly forget the name of this band? Because the song is in my head. It's one that Neil Young used to be in. when they did the song Ohio.
Yeah.
When they were talking about the shooting that happened with the National Guard at Kent State, where they killed the 4 students. And even Buffalo Springfield singing the song For What It's Worth, even though they were singing those songs back in the 60s. And Bob Marley was starting to sing his 70s, right?
60s and 70s.
60s and 70s. So even though they were starting way back then,
it's prophetic.
this stuff is still happening now. Yes, they may have been singing about Vietnam, or whatever, but it's still still happening.
And you know what that proves?
Mm-hmm.
That proves we keep repeating history because we're not sitting down and talking to each other and being logical and trying to solve it.
Why does even a name like Martin Luther King keep coming up with his I Have a Dream speech? He did that back in the 60s.
Yeah.
But what does it seem like a whole lot of people are still trying to fight for now?
Yeah. And not only that, I was, even this morning after I finished going through it and start thinking I'm falling into the abyss of negativity, I thought, you have all these people talk about Martin Luther King stuff is coming up. Martin Luther King stuff is coming up. That man talk peace.
Yes.
But you ain't talking peace?
Yeah. They will talk peace for the one day that is Martin Luther King Day.
They don't even do that.
No, I know, but for some of them, for some of them, they will talk peace for that one day.
Yeah.
You might see somebody who has possibly put up racist tweets and all that. But on that one day, Martin Luther King Day, what a great American. Yeah. What a great humanitarian. Oh, by the way, you all need to shut up and play ball.
Yeah.
You all need to shut up and do this.
Yeah.
But on that one day, I love black people.
Here's another way. Since that man talk about peace, instead of telling kids, go home, stay home, what you should do, come to school. And you do a whole day of educating them on peaceful solutions.
Yeah.
That's what you should be doing instead of sending them home to go play World of Warcraft and all those violent video games. I'm not saying that's what's causing the problem, but, on a day when a man who talk about peace is being remembered, you let them go home and play war games.
Yeah.
So how is that helping?
Yeah.
You have to educate these people. Like I always say, don't get an education. Get educated.
There's one guy I used to work with years ago, and I wish I still had, his address, and his phone number just to be able to talk to him again, because I haven't talked to him in a long time. For educated, quote-unquote educated people, people with college degrees and stuff like that, the ones who think that they are a lot smarter than everybody else because they have their college degrees, would look at him as uneducated because he barely finished high school. But I look at him as one of the smarter people that I've ever met because, like you, he decides, I'm going to find out some of this on my own.
Yeah.
And so he said when he was in school and he started to figure out, man, I've been kind of taught one side for just about my entire life.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times, and I'll even vouch for this, when you go through school, you're taught one thing for years. And then when you get into high school, maybe they start to actually teach you a little bit of the other side. Because you know what? I didn't find out about some of the atrocities of Columbus until I got to high school. Because throughout my whole life, I'm taught, what a great guy this guy was. He didn't believe the earth was flat. He believed it was round. And he went on, and what a great adventurer. And he got to America, and oh, my goodness, what a great man he was. And then I get to high school, and we get another class there where you go, oh, my. Whoa.
And you see, that even falls back into everything we're talking about.
Well, hang on. Let me at least go back to with this guy I used to work with. And like I said, where you get to that point of going, okay, I've been given one side for how long now?
Yeah.
And so he started going and trying to find other things that then let you see the other side as well.
Yeah.
And then he could take both sides and go, okay, yes, there was a little bit here that's correct, yes. And then there's some here that's correct, yes.
Yeah.
And here's the real story, And so, obviously, because he was also really interested in Native American culture, and he even had some Native American in his family. But, and I will say this, he was an African American, but he also said at his family reunions, he goes, there was everybody there. He goes, man, we got white people in our family. He said, we got Asian people coming to our family reunions. We got Native Americans. So when he's learning about America's expansion west. Like, it couldn't have been all, sunshine and rainbows like they're trying to make this sound like.
Hey.
Or the,
Me come teach you love and goodness.
Yeah, so he started finding out the other things and seeing all the broken treaties and all, all this other stuff. And so he and I, we worked a job that was perfect to be able to just discuss. Like you and I get to sit and talk all the time.
Yeah.
We were working in this, I'm not going to say the company's name, but we were working in what was going to be a brand new warehouse for them. This place had just been built. So we're driving along in a scissor lift, putting the stickers, the labels up on all of these racks. This was a summer job for me. And so he and I got to spend all summer together in this scissor lift, just putting all these stickers up, which I hate to call it a mindless job.
Yeah.
But, as long as you're paying attention to, okay, somehow we didn't skip stickers here and now we've got the wrong labels up somewhere else. As long as you're paying enough attention to that and putting the stickers up where they should be, your mind can go to other things.
Yeah.
And that's how we were able to just talk.
Yeah.
I found out a lot of things from him, and he learned some things from me. And he gave me a list of books. And he's like, hey, if you want to read some more about this stuff, here.
See, he got educated. He didn't get an education, but he got educated.
Exactly. And he also told me that he was a Jehovah's Witness, which I know for some people they'll go, oh, my God, how could you even listen to a word that came out of that man's mouth? He said he liked some of the things that they were teaching in there, so he went that route. But he also didn't like the side of you can't celebrate Christmas, you don't celebrate your birthday, none of that stuff. So he went and found out some other things about them that they did that were against their own teachings.
Yeah.
And he went to them and he said, hey, respond to me about that. And they couldn't really. The people, I don't know what they're called, the Jehovah's Witness. Well, yeah, I don't know what the heads of Jehovah's Witness are called at the individual one, so I'm not going to But he went to them and he said, look, can you explain to me about this? Can you explain to me about that? No, okay then. I'm going to keep celebrating Christmas and keep celebrating birthdays.
Yeah.
So he went and he didn't just take what they said for gospel.
Yeah.
He was like, okay, hang on, there's got to be another side to this, too.
Yeah. Yeah.
And went and looked it up.
And going back to the whole Columbus stuff, and my mind is clicking today. The other day I was forgetting my train of thought. But going back to the whole Columbus thought, just that whole thing alone proves, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that everybody in the world need each other. Mm-hmm. The problem is we try to take advantage of each other to get what we need instead of doing business.
Well, get what we want.
Get what we yeah.
There's a little bit of need, but for some of them, the greed hits what we want.
The way they teach, well, not the way they taught us, but the way I've heard people speak about it, especially here, is Columbus was this great adventurer who was going out and, finding stuff.
Hey, in 1492, Christopher Columbus sailed the ocean blue. I mean,
that's
like, how many of us learned that when we're 5?
Christopher Columbus was actually looking for another trade route to India so that they could trade whatever things that they need with India.
Yeah.
He stumbled onto America.
Yeah.
So
that's why they ended up being called Indians.
Yeah. He left the unknown. He left the known to go to the unknown to harvest whatever it is that they need.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Which means that we need each other.
Exactly. Yes.
That alone proves it right there. So you're going to teach that, say,
Europe was going, you know what? India's got some things that we really need. We really want.
But we need
a better
route.
And we have some things that they want from us. And because the way before, because remember, look, the Suez Canal didn't exist back then. So it wasn't just, all right, sail through the Mediterranean. We'll cut right through the Suez Canal. Out through there, and then there's India. No. You had to go all the way around Africa. And for what a lot of people who understand the seas know, going around the bottom tip of Africa is dangerous a lot of times. The way the seas kind of come together down there, it can get dangerous for ships.
Especially with the navigation systems and stuff they had then.
So they were hoping to, maybe we can find a less dangerous route.
Exactly.
There's got to be a way to get just straight there. You know, they obviously didn't know that this whole side of the world existed with this continent.
Yeah.
So
so he wasn't going out there conquering wily red men to turn them into good, wholesome people. That's not what he was doing.
Yeah.
He was searching for something that they need.
Mm-hmm. So like we were saying, like what Lee, and I'll say his name, Lee, the guy I used to work with. What he was doing was just trying to find, the both sides of the story that then you can finally put together the real story. So yes, there were
and learn from it.
Exactly. So yes, there were some good ideas and some things that Columbus was trying to do.
Yeah.
That unfortunately fell through the crapper.
Yeah.
Once he did stumble over here.
Yeah. You know what I mean? And we need to stop romanticizing or glorifying the bad stuff that people do. Mm-hmm. And stuff, because I saw something about on YouTube, great men who did some perverted things, and one of the things they were talking, oh you know what I mean. One of the things they were talking about is that Mahatma Gandhi would sleep naked with relatives to prove that he could be celibate, and that's perverted, that he would sleep with female relatives naked, but he didn't do anything to them.
Yeah,
he's testing his resolve. But that's a pervert. How many poor people are sleeping in the same bed together because they can't afford to get a 4-bedroom house? Does that make them perverts?
How many even houses in our history used to have just the 1 bedroom because they couldn't afford to build something bigger?
Yeah.
So it was like, all right, we have, basically the heat stove right here in the middle.
Yeah.
You will all sleep over there. You all will sleep over there. We'll sleep over here. But they were all in the same room together.
Exactly. Family.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Friends, too.
Yeah. You'll hear a lot of times somebody say, hey, you know what? Growing up, we didn't have that much, so, yeah, I had to share 1 bed with my 2 brothers.
Yeah. You know what I mean? But no, he's a pervert because he did that.
Yeah.
Well, he didn't sleep with them. Mm-hmm. He didn't do any sexual acts with them. Mm-hmm. So how is he a pervert? No matter how much good you do,
somebody has to find something to destroy you.
They're going to dig up. Okay, I'll give you another example. There's a woman from Hawaii, and I don't remember her name, but she decided to run for president. And she actually grew up conservative, but now she's a Democrat.
Okay.
So when she was like 19, 20, her dad was really conservative. And apparently he was going against the LGBT community, really hard. Mm-hmm. He passed a lot of legislations and blah, blah, blah. And of course, she's 19. He's like, boom, 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 pong that in her head. Mm-hmm. So she said some stuff, on Twitter and all that stuff against them. Mm-hmm. Well, once she got under the grasp of him, she decided she saw what's going on.
You mean got out from under the grasp?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She saw what's going on, and she started to form her own ideas. Mm-hmm. And she's passed legislation to help LGBT, blah, blah, blah. Well, her political opponents, instead of looking at the good she does, dig deep and found this and said, you see, she's lying. She's lying. After like 10 years of doing good stuff to help the very same people that she finally realized, wait a minute, I was wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a panel. It's like 2 dudes and a woman in the middle. And the woman is like, well, I don't think she should be running the country because she said that long time ago. I don't think she should have the right to run the country because, she said that long time ago, even though she changed. Really? If you say that about her, then you could say that about every stinking politician that put in office because they have all changed their mind at some point.
And that might be something that we might want to do for another
show.
Another show is talking about what is our reasoning behind, or why do we feel like we have to keep doing this? Basically, just search and destroy.
Yeah.
I have to search for what you did. I don't care if it was 20, 30 years ago. I have to search for what you did that was so wrong that I can pull out that's going to make people go, don't like you anymore.
No, we could see that.
And obviously, yes, there are some things that are, buried in a closet that was like, yes, that is horrific.
Yeah, like we don't want R. Kelly running the government.
But even just a basic one of... I remember in the one election when it was John McCain and Sarah Palin, somebody brought out, hey, what about your husband's DUI that was like 30 years before that? Or it may not have been 30 years, but it was a long time ago. It's not like he got it, earlier that week.
Yeah.
He got a DUI.
So he could never be a good person.
Well, no, she couldn't be a good person because she's married to this guy who had 1 DUI.
Yeah.
How many of those reporters have either gotten a DUI, got lucky and got off of one, or got lucky that they didn't get pulled over on their way home drunk.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I have known so many people who have basically thanked their lucky stars that there was not a cop checkpoint out when they drove home.
Yeah.
Because they were hammered.
Yeah.
You know, and but yet here you're going to judge her and forget all the other things that, you know, that she might have that's weird and bizarre. But you're going to judge her based on her husband got a DUI a decade ago or more.
Yeah. And check this out. Now, here's
and we have all kinds of, you know,
most
most
people that do that stuff, they have to stop and think, especially with their religious beliefs, okay? Now, you could repent and be saved.
Exactly.
So only you can't change and be a good person?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
How many of us, period, whatever we thought or believed when we were younger, changed over the years?
Oh, yeah. I know I did.
Yeah.
Man, I was a colonialist. I was raised in a British colony. My mom is the most prim and proper person ever, and then I turned out with big old dreadlocks as I was a Rastafari. You know what I mean? Yeah. So look at that heathen. That's what my mom used to call me. You understand what I'm saying?
Hey, I mean, you know, I never liked reggae music.
Yeah.
I thought, man, I don't like that stuff. It's awful. And then I met you, started listening to it. I was like, hey, this is pretty good.
You know, and I never used to listen to rock and roll, but I do listen to country music. You know,
I'm sorry, I still can't get it.
Granted, I basically would listen only to old country music because they tell stories, not that pop stuff.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is this, and I know I'm guilty of it too, but I'm guilty of it when a woman who was partied up a store, whoa, you know, bang, 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 she carry on and thing. Yeah. Then she go to Jesus and then try to play good housewife. But on the down low, drinking and carrying on. I guess that kind of exempt me from that because she didn't change. She just masked. Yeah. But you know what I'm saying, though? Yeah. So I guess I'm kind of guilty of it because when I see somebody who say they're Christian now come in to preach at me, and then I look at their past instead of looking at who they are now. So yes, I'm guilty of it to a certain degree.
Well, like I said, if there is horrific things in their past, that's one thing.
Yeah.
But when you try to find that one thing that, like what you were saying with the woman from Hawaii, yes, there was that, but she's clearly shown that she's changed.
Yeah.
And, you know, okay, somebody got a DUI 20 years ago. Maybe they haven't touched a drop of alcohol.
Yeah.
And maybe at least 15 years since.
Yeah.
Because they learned from that or whatever it was, you know. But people still want to go, but you have that.
Well, you see, that's the way society is. Because I'll give you an example. A lot of, like, people who get shot by police. Okay. A lot of people who get shot by police, what they say is, well, they have a criminal past.
Yeah.
And usually it's like jaywalking and stuff. But it's a criminal thing. It's a misdemeanor. It's a criminal thing. Yeah. You know what I mean? So they deserve to get shot and die.
Yeah.
It's the same premise. Anyway, we running out of some time here. We just went rolling on that there.
Yeah, we did. So, obviously, we can have another episode of the whole search and destroy thing. Why do we always feel like we have to get payback?
Yeah.
That's another thing. Get payback on somebody is another one that just... I can't stand the whole thought of, you know, it just, I got to pay you back for this and I got to pay you back for that, and the whole search and destroy, and it just, so.
You know what I mean?
So, keep tuning in.
In the meantime, this is the Dirty Immigrant.
And this is Scotland. And remember, we are periodically on WMUL 88.1 here in Huntington, West Virginia, at campus of Marshall University, where we also get to play some of the music that you'll hear us periodically talk about, and hopefully also at one point do a show where we talk about the music that we play and why we play it. I know we have a show coming up this Saturday on the 26th. Not sure when this one's going to be posted. But stay tuned for updates as far as when we will also be on doing the music.
Our Twitter handle and stuff.
At the Rude Boys. That is all one word there on Twitter. And remember, Rude Boys spelled a little bit differently. Rude, spelled just like you think, Rude, but then for the end of it, Buoyz, the Rude Boys, and then
for the British people.
Yeah, and then same thing on Facebook as well, just the Rude Boys.
Yeah,
so,
you know what I mean? Go on there, especially the Facebook page, because we're going to start posting more stuff on there. Mm-hmm. I'm a writer, so I write a lot. Twitter and I ain't friends, really.
Well, it's because Twitter is so short. But you know, another thing that we have used Twitter periodically for in the past is we'll post the music that we're playing during the show. So if you like some, or you get interested in going, hey, you know what, I want to find out about, you know, who's Akeem, or you know, hey, you'll hear me mention TQ. Who's TQ? You know, we'll put up not just, oh, hey, we played Akeem, or oh, hey, we played TQ, or oh, we played Tupac. We'll put the name of the song as well. So if that's a place you want to start, that's where you can start.
And if you want to get real, wholesome, chilling music, that's where I will get the thing, because soca do the same thing too. There's a party vibe sometimes, you know what I mean, and thing. But
just a perfect example of that, KES with a song called "We Are Conquerors." Not like how you're thinking.
Yeah,
not like how you're thinking.
Yeah, you gotta listen.
To the words.
Yes, I.
Yes.
But you know, this is the Dirty Immigrant,
and this is Scotland.
We signing out for now, but we're gonna be back with some more shows for you, guys. And remember, never let the system get you down.
It's the Rude Boys.